profiling Bigfoot, or profiling British Bigfoot. So we obviously know the typical descriptions of Bigfoot, British Bigfoot. You know, people describe what it looks like, how tall it is, what colour it is, you know, what its face looks like. But how can we profile a British Bigfoot? So where does it sleep? What does it eat? What are the variations of it? Is there more than one type of a British Bigfoot? I just want to go into that a bit today, because when you hit British Bigfoot, and when a lot of cryptids are described, it's very vague. It's just like one or two words. So first of all, the description of British Bigfoot. Now, British Bigfoot has been known by other names in centuries gone by, and there have been several different descriptions of British Bigfoot. Now, obviously, the main one is it's around 7-8 foot tall. It's covered in brown hair. It resembles an ape, but it's got human-like features on its face. Another description has been of an ape-looking creature that's around 5-6 foot tall. That's bright orange fur, and it's got more of a pointed. At the top of its scalp, its head, it's more pointed, and it resembles more of an orangutan type animal. And these are British sightings, by the way. And then you have another one which is somewhat similar to the classic Bigfoot sighting, but it's just smaller. Like, it's not 7-8 foot tall, it's more like, you know, a 6 foot tall. Like the height, you know, the height of a relatively average to tall man. Now, what does British Bigfoot eat? Now, this is somewhat speculated. This is based on what people that go out and research and look for British Bigfoot have found. So that's what I'm going to go off. Now, people do find vegetation, like, you know, fruit and plants, etc., scattered on the floor with, you know, in which some of this has been eaten, evidence of it being eaten. So a lot of people think that Bigfoot, or maybe not just British Bigfoot, but maybe the American, the Sasquatch, for example, eats vegetation, berries, fruits, whatever it can, you know, need to survive. But then we have another side of Bigfoot, or British Bigfoot, where people find carcasses of deer, of, you know, rabbits, squirrels, badgers, foxes, all mangled, for example, and they think this is attributed to Bigfoot as well, meaning that Bigfoot could be a meat eater. But when you include the vegetation and the plants, it could be omnivore. Is that the right word? So Bigfoot could be an omnivore. But then again, if there are different types of British Bigfoot, like obviously I've mentioned one with bright orange hair that resembles more of an orangutan-like creature, and then you have the massive 7-8 foot tall, more typical depiction of a Bigfoot. Which may need more substance to survive, and that typically hunts animals, flesh, living and breathing creatures. So Bigfoot could be a omnivore, or there could be different types of Bigfoot out there which eat different things. Now, where does British Bigfoot sleep? Now, this is pretty obvious in my mind. So I believe a Bigfoot would, if it was living in the woods, wilderness, in an elusive manner, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure that's a pheasant. So yeah, based on different species, if there are multiple species of Bigfoot, they could eat different things. So one could eat meat and one could eat just vegetation and plants. but then again we don't know, or they both could be omnivores. Now I have recorded this video and realised that it cut out halfway through, so I was literally walking around doing the rest of this video and it wasn't even recording. So if it seems a bit like I've jumped from one end to the next, that's why. So now, where do where did he sleep? Now, if I've already covered this, I do apologise. I've literally just guessing where the video left off. So either in the most deep, dense parts of woodlands, very, very far away from public paths or trails. So if you'd have to go deep, well off the map, into the areas of woodland where you'd probably get lost. So either using branches, branches with loads of leaves on them to cover themselves, burrow deep in the deepest of woodlands, or some people even speculate that they could even sleep high up in the trees, which means they'd have to be either really tall or really strong, or probably both. So again, this isn't a science yet. This is I'm just going off what people have witnessed, what people believe, what people have seen. What do they sound like? Now, this is quite a big one. Now, a lot of people, there are videos on YouTube, and even documentaries, where people have allegedly caught the sound of a Bigfoot, either screaming, howling, or wailing, however you want to describe it. Now, again, if there is different species of Bigfoot or British Bigfoot, they might sound different, or they might sound different based on their mood that they're in, or the state of being, whether they're hungry or if they're happy, for example. Now, what I would like to know, if anyone has ever had any Bigfoot sightings in which, whilst they're witnessing this Bigfoot or British Bigfoot, they hear it make this sound whilst they're witnessing it. I think that would be very, very interesting, because that person would have heard the real live acoustics of that noise, sound, wail, shout, scream, cry, whatever it is, and they would, they'd be able to describe it a lot more better than I would probably describe it, because I've never had an experience of any cryptid. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, but a lot of people say people have had experiences, kind of wish they didn't. So that's what they sound like. Now, well, what they could sound like, we don't know what they sound like. Deep wails, loud screams. Do they resemble existing apes or monkeys? We just don't know. Now, hardest thing with trying to profile a cryptid is that we don't know the answers. We only know from what they're going off the research that people believe in the British Bigfoot have done, and videos of sightings, hopefully not hoaxes. And obviously there are loads of hoaxes out there, but we only have the material of witnesses, sightings, videos to go off when it comes to trying profiling these, or the Bigfoot or British Bigfoot. Now, if you have watched my first British Bigfoot video, which I put out 2 weeks ago, thank you so much. That video got 500 plus views in 1 week, which is really good for a channel like mine that, you know, I've not got thousands of subscribers. I'm happy with this channel. I'm really, really happy with this channel. And I gained 40 plus subscribers just from after putting that video out, and it's the most commented video. So really appreciate anyone who gave that video a watch, and it just shows how many people are interested in the British Bigfoot phenomena, and how many people have had experiences, and how many people actually go out to dense woodland areas to try and find Bigfoot tracks, signs of Bigfoot nest, you know, burrowing anywhere, signs that Bigfoot has been there. It's obviously a really big community. So thank you for anyone who watched that video and contributed to that video doing really well. And I assume the people that watch that might watch this because it's about the same cryptid. So yeah, thank you very much. If you've not been to my channel before, Dinosaurs and Mysteries, dinosaur side of it, I talk about real paleontological dinosaurs, facts, etc. More videos of dinosaurs will be coming out next week. Mystery side of it, cryptid creatures, supernatural creatures, paranormal, all that kind of stuff, anything that can come under the umbrella of a mystery. So if any of that floats your boat, please subscribe to my channel and press the like button maybe. If you know anyone that's into this kind of stuff, share my channel with them, that would be great. Photography, I am also a photographer, but I have a separate channel for photography, Jamie Jones Photography. The link will be in this about if you're into photography. So yeah, that's about it. So if you think I've missed anything off this British Bigfoot profile, which has been recorded in 2 parts, unfortunately, then please let me know what your profile is. Do you think there's anything that I could add to the profile? Or have you had an experience, you know, something a bit different that stands out regarding the British Bigfoot? Let me know in the comments, and please stay safe.